On this edition of Let's Talk Cincy.
When I moved down here, my kids were in high school, and they and their friends had no idea what was here.
It's a Cincinnati neighborhood with a reputation.
OTR is probably one of the more walkable parts of the city, where every time you turn a corner, there's something new, there's something fresh.
Why people living in OTR call it the hidden gem of the Queen City. Plus,
the things I saw were the reasons that I wanted to go into politics. I wanted to change and improve people's lives. I wanted a better, in a sense, a better world.
Honoring a trailblazing Cincinnatian.
The street becomes a symbol of service, a symbol of a man who walked the streets of this community and left them better than he found them. And while his name will now live here on this street, his true legacy lives in us, his family, to help celebrate this honor.
The tribute to William Mallory Sr. From WLWT, this is the Emmy Award-winning show, Let's Talk Cincy. Presented by Western and Southern Financial Group. Put our financial strength behind you.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Curtis Fuller, and welcome to Let's Talk Cincy. Today, we have a great show planned for you. Here's what's coming up. Let's talk about one of Cincinnati's oldest neighborhoods, Over the Rhine. OTR, as it's commonly called, was settled in the 19th century by German immigrants. Over the Rhine is located north of downtown Cincinnati and is next to the city's central business district. It is bordered by Central Parkway to the southwest, Sycamore Street to the east, and West Clifton Avenue to the north. According to the city of Cincinnati, about 6,200 people call Over the Rhine home. Black and white residents make up almost 90% of the population. A significant amount of the people living there are between 20 and 29 years old. High-profile crimes have put OTR in the spotlight of late. Cincinnati police crime stats show a slight uptick in rapes and robberies in 2026 compared to the same time period in 2025. And residents we spoke with recently say Over the Rhine is far different than what's in the headlines.
OTR has just an amazing vibe. It's a neighborhood, it's a community. People walk their dogs, people go out to dinner, people see each other in the street. We smile, we say hello. I love the energy.
What makes OTR good for my family is that we're very active. So in the morning, we tend to have like a routine. On the weekend, we can go to Coffee Euphorium. My kids old enough to drink coffee now. So we'll go to Coffee Euphorium, we'll sit, we'll look at the art in there, or we'll come to Washington Park and they'll play, we'll read books. Also, a great thing about OTR, they have like the art centers and stuff too. So we'll go there, we'll do arts and crafts, we'll do the Children's Museum. People won't think that it's family oriented unless you have a family.
Generally, people are just very nice as well and very welcoming. It's a lovely place to live. I have no negatives. We feel very safe with our dog, and it's probably the first place that our dog actually has been really happy.
There's a lot more options here. I am from Kentucky, so whenever I come here, I think the food options are a lot broader, and then the stores are a lot closer to each other. So I do like walking and seeing different stores every couple of steps, honestly. So yeah, I think that would be a great tourist attraction.
I've lived in OTR for 2 years now. When I moved down here, my kids were in high school, and their friends had no idea what was here, and it ended up being just a marvelous experience. I wanted to be closer, to the action, honestly, closer to things I enjoy doing, like music hall, theaters, and coffee bars, and the desire, quite honestly, to be in a more diverse neighborhood in every respect. And, that's a kind of quality of life that you don't get a whole lot of places. You certainly don't get in the suburbs where you might have a really limited kind of experience.
I think you should try it out, at least, before you judge it. Come come here, look at it during the day, and then maybe if you want to try it again, come here during the night. There are a lot of really good restaurants. There's a lot of culture here. I would recommend it, honestly.
Specifically with OTR, I think this has a lot of culture, this community, and there's a lot of history here. And both of us specifically, like, we really appreciate that, and we appreciate that the people here also upkeep this place, and they take a lot of pride in this community.
I'm here pretty much every day walking Stella. It's a really nice environment. It's just really nice to have some green space in this city. That's very rare, and so to have all this green space is kept up very often. The park staff do an amazing job.
I understand that when you're not in this scope, in this bubble, and you're looking from the outside in, you'll think that, oh, it's just bad. But when you look around, it's not. It's so much stuff to do here. Everybody down here is so polite. There's so many new businesses.
I moved here from Memphis, Tennessee, so I'm very, very well accustomed to inner city things happening in the city, safety concerns, but also wonderful people that want to just have a good time.
OTR offers everything that you could want in an urban experience that is based on people walking and laughing and enjoying the community. And yeah, it's got its rough edges, but it is a safe place to be and a wonderful energy to wake up to every day.
In this present moment, this is probably like the most peaceful neighborhood that I frequent. I mean, I own a business down here.
Business is booming in Over the Rhine. Why owners say it's not all about making a buck.
When we were developing the idea, you know, it's always about, that's one of the big questions, is like location. Where are we going to be at? We just love this neighborhood, and we like the other businesses around us. We like the community here. It gets tons of foot traffic. I feel like where we're at here on 12th and Vine is probably one of the busiest areas of OTR. So it was kind of like a I don't know. I think the universe was working on our side, and it just right time, right place, and we were like, it's perfect. You know, it's home.
This business is about feeding the community. We love to have fellow entrepreneurs come through, and we really team up with everybody to make sure that we're all taken care of, including some of the more unfortunate folks. We happily give them sandwiches or hunks of bread, bottles of water. It's all about taking care of each other. The spots here are smaller mom and pops, if you will, very local. So it attracts more of a foodie crowd, it seems. People who are looking for something original and not so cookie cutter. And then that also promotes a sense of community amongst the entrepreneurs to, you know, take care of one another. If we run out of paper towels here, we run across the street and say, I'm sorry, can we steal a thing of paper towels? Or can we grab a sleeve of cups, or whatever it may be? And everybody's happy to help and, you know, rooting for each other.
Well, I've met people that come here and shop that grew up in this neighborhood from the 90s on and have been here and stayed here, and they've always loved being here. You know, I feel like no matter where you are or where you go, like everything has its struggles or rough patches or whatever it is, but like today in this present moment, this is probably like the most peaceful neighborhood that I frequent. I mean, I own a business down here. You know, if I didn't feel safe, or if I didn't feel like I could nurture something that was bigger than me in a positive way, I would have never chosen this area to open a business, you know, especially a record business. It's like we depend on people, and this is not just us, this is everyone on this block, and in the neighborhood in general. It's like we depend on people to keep our doors open so that we can celebrate art and music and expression and be a place for people to come and like feel nostalgia and like, you know, leave here happier than they were when they walked in. Hopefully they walked in a good mood, but that, you know, but we like to leave people better than we found them, you know, and I think that's a lot of what happens in this neighborhood.
I do love that new and original ideas keep happening through here. It attracts, artists, creatives, people who are just looking to bring innovation and try something new. There's a real grind to it. There's hidden gems everywhere you look, and there's always something going on.
It's safe, it's happy, it's fun. Like, I don't understand where the the scare of the danger thing comes from. Like, I know things happen, but things happen in my neighborhood where I live. I don't live down here, but lots of things happen in my neighborhood. Lots of things happen in all over, and not just in Cincinnati. It's just wherever you're at, So I guess that's my best advice, to just be come see for yourself.
OTR is probably one of the more walkable parts of the city, where every time you turn a corner, there's something new, there's something fresh, and generally, it's always a fun time. It's one of the more hipper parts of town, I'd say, and it is really bringing new, interesting, and exciting people every day, but especially on the weekends.
Even though people say it's no hope, it's hope. It was hope for me.
Spreading a message of hope. One man's crusade in OTR to guide young people towards a brighter future.
I always speak about what's going on downtown in Cincinnati. I've been in the same spot, and everybody know I always be on the news. They come talk to me. This year is going to be one of the worstest years unless we start paying the police more. City Hall, we got to come together. If not, the little kids is not really bad kids. They don't have guidance. But Washington Park is a safe park. It's just right now, it's finna start getting warm. And a lot of people gonna come out. They don't have nothing to do. But right now I'm seeing a lot of people coming together. And that's making me feel good, because I've been sitting down here a long time. And I'm watching people come together. It ain't just bad. People scared. But Cincinnati, for all my out-of-town people that always come pull up on me at Washington Park, from Wisconsin when I be at the Jazz Festival, Cincinnati is safe. It's a safe place to come. And they working on trying to make a change in these streets. And I think we need City Hall to come together more with the community. The curfew, we're gonna have to start this curfew. We got to not be too lenient on these kids. I know they are babies. I had a son got killed 3 years ago. And I've been pushing for peace ever since, and I'm gonna keep doing it. The sign, I had that sign since 2017, since I moved down here. My son got killed in 2022. I took the sign down because I didn't think it was no hope for all of them. But when my son got killed, he was in these streets. That made me get up out of my bed. I was gonna stop doing this. And that what really made me push for peace. This sign right here is worth more than gold. That Stop the Killing sign. Even though people say it's no hope, it's hope. It was hope for me. The most positive things that I see, people come talk to me. And they ask me about that sign, Stop the Killing right there. And I explained to them my movement. Sometime by the end of this year, I want to open up a little community spot. That's why I ask people to come down here and support my movement. And a lot of people grew up. There was a little boy came over 2 weeks ago. He's 15 now. He said, Cure, OG, you don't remember you talked to me 2 years ago? I said, no. He said, I got shot. He said, you used to tell me all the time about the streets. I said, you got shot. He said, yeah, I'm healing up. He said, I should have listened to you. So that's why I know I'm making a change down here. Even though I might sit over here looking weird, but really I'm a movement within itself. I'm not gonna say the world, it's impossible. But I done seen these little kids grow up. Now they always say, OG, thank you, man, you talk to us. That what make me wanna do what I'm doing. You know, for anybody, I don't care what color you is, man. I had white people to come over and ask me, can you help me, sir? I done gave them money to get home. They come back and say, I just got out of treatment, OG. Remember you told me to go to the treatment center? So my thing is, I'm trying to help the community. I think in my heart, if people, I know sometimes people out here slick, they trying to get over on people, but sometimes life is a chance. And people got problems. We're dealing with mental health issues, man. And a lot of things come from the home. It ain't just happen overnight. It's the music. It's a lot of things. But Washington Park is a great spot to come meet people. You might see people sometimes, they walk around panhandling and they walk around badgering people. But the Cincinnati police, they working on that. So I advise everybody, come down here, enjoy it. It's a beautiful park. It's nothing bad about Washington Park. And I mean that from my bottom of my heart.
Never forgot his neighborhood. He never forgot the people. And he dedicated his life to making sure that others were seen, heard, valued, and represented.
A street name changed permanently, honoring a trailblazing Cincinnatian. Finally today, there is a street renamed in the West End that has everyone talking. Recently, family and friends of the late William L. Mallory Sr. gathered to celebrate and witness a bit of history in the making. After many years, the Mallory family successfully changed Bank Street to William L. Mallory Sr. Street to honor one of Ohio's longtime political giants and change agents. Those of us who knew this great community servant will tell you he always led by example. His impact not only felt throughout the West End, but throughout the state of Ohio.
We are changing Bank Street to William L. Mallory Sr. Street, but I wanted you to have a little bit of history on Bank Street. Streets in most cities are named after someone in particular, something in particular. They're not just pulled out of a hat. Bank Street is one of the oldest names in the West End. It dates back to the mid-1800s. Its name was literal. It was the path that led you to the banks of the Miami and Erie Canal. That's what took you down there. But today, the definition of bank is changing. The street will no longer represent the banks of a canal. Instead, it will represent the bank of knowledge, service, and legacy that my father built. You know, the calls for a street to be named after my father started the very day that he passed away in 2013, that December 10th. The buzz lit up, and people called that day, they called the next day. And people spoke passionately about wanting to see this day. But the formal process didn't start until 2018 because things happen, time goes by. It was in 2018 that I sat down with then Councilmember P.G. Sittenfeld and asked him to begin working on renaming the street in the West End. He agreed and started collaborating with then Councilmember Wendell Young. Well, as you know, PG left City Council. Wendell Young was term limited, and the torch was passed to the Vice Mayor of the City of Cincinnati. My brother Joe made the initial contact with the Vice Mayor, and she immediately went to work. My brother Dale, a former state representative, he weighed in and used his weight and his connections at City Hall to move this process along. Our family would like to thank the West End Community Council and St. Vincent de Paul for writing letters of support for this effort. I want to thank my entire family, most of whom are here today. They're not all here, but most of them are here today. And in particular, I want to thank my brother Joe, because in order for something like this to happen, it takes research, it takes planning, it takes nagging, and Joe was willing to do that in harassing the Vice Mayor pretty much every day to get this done. So give Joe a round of applause for all the work that he did.
So thanks everyone for coming today to honor the work and the renaming of this street for my father. And on behalf of the entire Mallory family, we offer our deepest gratitude to Vice Mayor Kearney for her leadership in guiding this through the street naming process. It had to go through a lot of steps and committees and votes and the support of the community. We got letters of support from the community to get it done. And everyone who helped make this permanent renaming of Bank Street to William L. Mallory Sr. Street, we are really appreciative of. And our father had many legislative achievements, but he was most proud of the decision to marry our mother, Mrs. William L. Mallory Sr.
My wife is very creative, imaginative, and she's a great manager, great disciplinarian, and without her help and assistance, I don't think it would have been possible for me to achieve what I have achieved.
And she is the glue that has held all of us together. You know, all these boys and the older sister, you know, she's the glue. Thank you, Mom. So the West End was always near and dear to our father's heart. And the irony of the street that would now carry his name, running parallel to the school that he attended in his youth and he was very proud of, that was Bloom. He carried that with pride with him everywhere he went. And he was known to sing his school's fight song long after he left the school, anytime he saw an old classmate. So, and also directly behind us is our family home on Dayton Street. And it's also ironic that William L. Mallory Sr. Street will run under the portion of I-75 that was named in our father's honor due to legislation that unanimously passed after it was introduced in the Ohio legislature by my brother Dale. He was a state representative at the time, and he served in this district that both my father and my brother Mark served in. So continuing the irony, the street ends at Sorta. So it goes from Lynn Street all the way down to Sorta Metro. And that's where our father served on the board of directors. And additionally, he and many others years ago helped create what is now called Sorta. He helped create Metro and turn it into a public transportation entity. And he was a frequent rider on the bus, because as many of you know, he didn't drive. And there's a lot of people in this audience that if he saw you say, "Which way you going?" that meant you were about to get him a ride. And he kept his bus pass, he always kept his bus pass on him. And Mark said he still has it. So what made our father special was his genuine care and concern for others. He never forgot his neighborhood. He never forgot the people. And he dedicated his life to making sure that others were seen, heard, valued, and represented. Today, the street becomes a symbol of service, a symbol of a man who walked the streets of this community and left them better than he found them. And while his name will now live here on this street, his true legacy lives in us, his family, many of which here today to help celebrate this honor.
Well, that does it for the program today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Curtis Fuller. I'll see you next time for another edition of Let's Talk Cincy. Until then, have a good day and a better day tomorrow.